Head coach Ian Bridge called it the most challenging weekend ever for the Victoria Highlanders, and his team responded by posting back-to-back draws against two of the PDL's best. Saturday's home opener saw a 1-1 tie versus the Seattle Sounders, followed by yesterday's 1-1 result against the Vancouver Whitecaps development team. And that is the Sounders development team as well. Well, everybody just seems happier in this weather, don't they? Opening for the Peninsula Co-Op Women's games went as well. The former Highlanders took on the heavily favored Vancouver Whitecaps. Co-op leading 3-1 when Vancouver's Janine Frazeo converts past Steph Parker. That's all she would allow, though. Parker was stellar the rest of the way as Victoria posts a huge 3-2 victory to start the season on a winning note. Keep in mind, this is a team that didn't chalk up a win until the second last game of last season. The winning attitude starts now.
We've just set a new standard. It means that we have to come out every week like this so we can perform in front of our fans. We just want to give them the best soccer we can.
Yeah, I would have never dreamt that that's how we would have started. I would have been real happy with a tie, but just before we came out of the dressing room, I said to them, you know what, today I feel you're as good as anybody in this league. That's the kind of work rate, that's the kind of effort, that's the kind of guts and determination people will get every week from us.
Well, not all our island athletes were celebrating victories this weekend. The boys from James Bay Athletics Association made the trip to the mainland on Saturday to reclaim the Rounsfell Cup, but came home empty-handed. Playing Capilano, Connor Braid for James Bay. He was the hero in their semi-final win last weekend over Burnaby, and he scored the first points of the game on a penalty. In fact, all the Bay's first half points came on penalties, courtesy Braid. He hits another one before the half to keep it close. It was 10-6 Caps. James Bay will finally manage to break over the try line in the second. Jeff Hassler showing his speed for James Bay, putting the score at 10-11. But 1 point is as close as James Bay would come in this one. Turnovers proved costly, and the Caps capitalized. James Bay loses a heartbreaker, 22-21 the final. And at the final whistle, Coach Peter Rushton tells his boys in blue to hold their heads high.
We're the standard for this league. There's no doubt in my mind. These guys can learn from us. You know, I mean, they win the game today. We're the team that goes 14-2 for the season. We set the standard for the league, and that's the way it is, and we're proud of that.
You know what, 12 years, and I've played 23 years of rugby and had a lot of fun, met a lot of good people, and you know, it's time to move on and, you know, and start another chapter in my life. Rugby's been my life for a long time, and, you know, time to stand on the sidelines, maybe help out a bit and get some youth rugby going and give back now.
Saturday's Division I final matchup also may have marked the swan song for another local rugby legend. Roger Robinson and the Castaway Wanderers faced the Meraloma Rugby Club in their cup final. Meraloma's knocked off the top seed Capilano to advance to the final, but that's where their luck ran out. Oak Bay scored 17 straight points before the Lomas even woke up. C-Dub wins 24-16 the final. Jed Alexander led the way with 9 points through 3 conversions and a penalty. So the real question, have we seen the last of the beloved Raji?
I'm not too sure, but I know the boys are giving me the gears over there. They might make me retire, so this might be it. I don't know. We'll see what happens next year. You know, I like staying around the boys, and I like trying to stay fit. You know, I'm not going to go for a big, long run. This is my kind of exercise, so, you know, and I like the competition, so who knows.
All right, time for sports. Marzi with that, bye.
Well, Hudson, believe it or not, we're counting down to the Olympics and the Paralympic Games, and with 11 weeks to go before the start of London, training days are ticking down for our local athletes. As the Paralympics happen right after the Olympics, and every competition counts. The News Bay's Michelle Stilwell wowed the crowds at UVic Centennial Stadium Saturday and Sunday as she prepares to add to her Paralympic medal collection. The 3-time Paralympic gold medalist is set to defend her titles in the 100 and 200 meter events. She's had little trouble crossing the finish line in first. She's now off to Europe for some international competition, and the final phase of her training has Stilwell right on track.
Next thing before London is I'm heading to Switzerland tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. So we have some competitions there. It'll be some of the elite athletes from around the world that will be competing at the Swiss Series. So it's my next step towards London. You know, I've had the countdown going on, and today I think is 107 days till London. So every day it feels a little bit closer, and I'm working towards those goals so that I can top the podium when I get there. The only difference between possible and impossible is a person's attitude.
She has the best attitude. Well, attitude took center stage here. Things got right out of hand at the lacrosse game over the weekend at Nanaimo's Frank Crane Arena. The intermediate Timbermen and the Coquitlam Adirondacks got into an all-out brouhaha. What started out as a couple players throwing fists turned into a bench-clearing brawl. Not quite sure how the referees were finally able to assess penalties in this one. Coquitlam actually went on to win the game 15-4. No word yet as to forthcoming suspensions.